Today we're going to South America and Argentina.
Don't cry for me, Argentina. The truth is I never left you. All through my wild days, my mad existence, I kept my promise. Don't keep your distance.
Well, Argentina is known as the land of the tango, and my first contact with Argentina before I went in 1996 was through song, and it was through the tango. And my mother loved tangos, and she liked Alma Cogan singing things like you could never do a tango with an Eskimo. There's one popular song in the 1950s. And I Can't Tell a Waltz from a Tango was another one Alma Cogan sang. But that one is more relevant, I think, to most people nowadays for Argentina and memories of that country from Evita. And but when I went to Buenos Aires, which I was very impressed with, it's a sort of like it's like being in Milan or something, but much bigger, and it's the most European city I know, European feeling city I know in the whole of the Americas, and they speak a sort of Spanish with a sort of like an Italian accent, because historically lots of Italians there, and it has that sort of mixture of I don't know, a sort of fun tempered by sadness, which is maybe a Spanish thing, I don't know, it's certainly not an Italian thing, but I found that fascinating, and maybe it's because in my own work there's a sort of those two things together play off on one another. But this is what I made and found there, was this. I found the thing called the Malvinas Monument, which is to the war with the British in the early 80s, and it's at the end of a huge avenue in the middle of Buenos Aires, and it's the monument to those who were killed in what we call the Falklands War, the Argentinian, and it's rather desolate looking as a sort of soldier standing outside, a solitary soldier, and here there's some a couple with their son who was probably fought in the conflict, and but at the other end of the avenue I found these things, and they were some of the most extraordinary images I've ever seen, and I'll show you a close-up of them. They were figures that had been covered up, bronze sculptures, had been covered up while they were cleaning the stonework, and I thought these are quite extraordinary, and I added them to the piece on the Falklands Monument, the Malvinas Monument, because they seem to go well with it. This idea of sort of this constraint and the strikingness of it, they were just fascinating to look at. And there's the whole thing again, you can see it. Piece of work. Malvinas Monument. does seem to capture that spirit of Argentina, that sort of fun constrained by sadness. It's a sort of evocative of the place, I think so. But we mustn't leave it at that, because we haven't mentioned any more about the first time I heard about Argentina, and that is a lesson for you all, and that is you can never do a tango with an Eskimo, and if you do, you'll get the breeze up and you'll end up with a freeze up. So you must never do a tango with an Eskimo. That's a cold thought.